So crazy things are going on, okay? Crazy things are going on all over the place. Rob, I want to start off with this Epstein. What just happened this weekend with the Epstein files, right? Emails came out with 2,300 email messages, cache, many of which mention Trump. Rob, is this the video you have on there? Let me read this and then we'll go into the video. Congress released a cache documents this week that were recently turned over by Epstein's estate. Amongst them, more than 2,300 email threads that the convicted sex offender either sent or received between 2008 and 2019. House Oversight Committee has subpoenaed the state for all of Epstein's communication with 92 people who were named in Virginia Giuffre's 2015 defamation lawsuit against Ghislaine Maxwell, including Epstein's associate and assistants, as well as all of U.S. presidents and vice presidents. Not surprisingly, President Trump and Clinton are both referenced hundreds of times in what was released this week, according to a Wall Street Journal analysis. Former President Barack Obama's name appears as well. The journal's analysis didn't identify messages that any of the U.S. presidents wrote directly to Epstein or received emails from him, just references to them by Epstein or his conversation partners. Trump's name appeared in more than half of the email files, often in shared news stories about his policies during the 2016 election and his presidency, a time when Trump talks was inescapable. Epstein also criticized Trump with some friends, passed along tips to reporters, and answered questions from associates. Rob, which one is this here?
So I have CNN covering the Epstein files. I also have Donald Trump on Air Force One talking about the release of the files, and then I also have ABC News. Which would you prefer?
Let's go with Trump first. Go for it.
The congresswoman was on CBS News. She was talking about how the files should be released. We anticipate that a vote will happen in the House. I know you have about the investigation today.
I don't care about it, released or not. What I think you should do, if you're going to do it, then you have to go into Epstein's friends. This Reid Hoffman spent a lot of time on the island. I was never on his island. Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times. You're going to have to look into his friends because, if they're going to do that, then I think the perfect guy to do it would be Southern District, somebody like Jay Clayton. I understand that's who's been assigned.
But does the congresswoman have a point, though?
You're ordering the release of more files.
Does Marjorie Taylor Greene have a point?
Does she have a point?
I know nothing about her.
On the release of all the files.
Well, they can have whatever they want. They already do. I think they have 50,000 pages already. Look, this is a Democrat hoax. This is a hoax put out by the Democrat, and a couple of few Republicans have gone along with it.
Okay, put it up, Rob. That's fine. Okay, so you can barely hear it, but you kind of understand what the president is saying on the Air Force One. What is Kristen saying in this one here, Rob?
This is her reporting that Trump is in the Epstein files. Caitlin Collins.
Go for it.
Jeffrey Epstein mentioned Donald Trump by name multiple times in private correspondence over the last 15 years or so. These are newly released emails obtained by CNN that show Jeffrey Epstein bringing Donald Trump up in conversations with Ghislaine Maxwell and the author Michael Wolff. We got them after members of Congress got their hands on them after they subpoenaed Jeffrey Epstein's estate, which in turn handed over thousands of documents to Congress.
You can pause. Now, it's pretty much just repeating what we just read right now. And anything else on the other one, Rob?
No,
what's
that's
going
it.
on? Okay, so Vinny, your thoughts on this? I mean, some of this stuff is new stuff, but what are you thinking? The president is now saying, just release the damn thing. Let's move on with it, which I believe should have been the case from the beginning. It would have prevented all of these things, but I understand some of the reasoning on why it happened. But what are your thoughts?
I don't. This thing has been going on for how long have we been talking about? It's like every week it comes up, it goes away, something happens, we do something else on the global scale, and then boom, tariffs, whatever, war, bombing of Venezuela, and then we're back to this. I think, and then I just found out, like Ghislaine Maxwell apparently is getting a puppy. She got gifted a puppy, and she's getting all this stuff. Like, think about it. She's convicted for all these freaking offenses, and now she's getting this leniency, which I think that's a whole.
While she's in prison, you're saying.
While she's in prison, Tom, she's getting a freaking what are you talking about? You're involved with the biggest sex trafficking, pedophile, whatever Megyn Kelly wants to or what doesn't want to call him. I think this is what I think happened. Okay, they all had a relationship with this guy. Trump was never involved with anything with underage kids. What I heard, Pat, especially through Michael Wolff and all these people, is number one, the moment Donald Trump found out that Ghislaine Maxwell was recruiting girls from Mar-a-Lago to go and hook up with Epstein or all of his clients, he banned him. He finished them. And then on top of that, I found out that a big real estate business deal between Epstein and Trump went south because Trump is a business guy and Trump was going to win, Pat. That's where the relationship went south. In regard to releasing the files, I don't think it's ever going to happen because I feel, this is Vincent Oshana's opinion, let's say a few of Trump's friends, Pat, are implicated in there.
Yeah.
But then him saying, release them too, knowing the Democrats will never approve it because their main people, the Bill Clintons, the Bill Gates, all these guys, I feel, are going to be on there. So if one goes down, the whole house goes down. So they can't do it. They can't. You're never gonna see it. But and we're gonna get into the other stuff later. But Jamie Raskin, just really fast, Pat. Federal prison staff at Ghislaine Maxwell's facility illegally accessed and leaked her privileged attorney-client emails to Representative Jamie Raskin, Democrat. I think Minnesota or Maryland, who then publicly released the materials to the media as part of an effort to smear Trump this past weekend. Okay, it's been revealed that he was involved in a plot where they stole her attorney. And Rob, I sent you a release of the lawyer. It's just, I don't like it. I don't like that this thing keeps coming up. I know they're not going to release it, but I guess and that's the letter right there from the lawyer. They're leaking stuff to try to get Trump. If they had anything on Trump, he would have been buried already. He would have been buried a long time ago.
Yeah. And by the way, here's what Jen Psaki had to say. And very quickly, she walks it back, Rob, if you want to play this clip. Watch this one, folks.
In supporting what Donald Trump is doing.
You're talking about the other predators out there, in addition to Trump. I mean, I'm not saying he is. We don't know all the details about that. I just mean in addition to what we've learned about Epstein and others, there's other predators out there.
There are, and we have to remember
she
that
learned very quickly when she said that.
Can I ask you a question, though?
What?
He could still get her for being like...
Knowing Trump, he can because of the $5 billion lawsuit.
Yeah, that right there was like a $5 million a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, but while this is happening, you were talking about the Virgin Islands, what Epstein did with the congressman. Go ahead.
I think, and Rob, you can go, I think 13 seconds, brother. I don't know, and I get Epstein's at the top of the list. How is this not the biggest headline crazy? There's a new video from the Washington Post that shows something from 2019, oversight hearing of Michael Cohen's testifying about the hush money payments with Trump, with his mess with the Democrats. We're trying to turn it into a conspiracy. While this is happening, Epstein is texting Stacey Plaskett from the Virgin Islands, telling her what to ask, and you could literally see her glance down, read it, and then fire off the exact question. And the timestamps on the messages match the video in the hearing. Go ahead, Rob, play this. How is this real?
President of the United States. Chewing? And while we were once driving through a struggling neighborhood,
look at her. She's
Chicago,
chewing gum, Pat. She's chewing gum. Not anymore.
Commented that only black people could live that way.
Stacey Plaskett, 2 minutes later.
Attorney-client privilege, yes, I will turn it over.
Cohen brought up Rona.
You, as my friend, Mr. Meadows, pointed out, misled this committee even today in a written submission that contradicted your testimony.
She doesn't know what Rona is.
You were going to review that. Are you going to review it in our next break to correct the record, yes or no?
Yes.
Quick, you're
Question,
up next.
You helped out the president.
Is this an acronym? She's asking
or were involved
Epstein.
in the campaign.
Quick, what does Rona mean?
And
it's a person,
in your
Pat.
words today,
That's the assistant's
was your
name.
idea for the campaign dating back to
crazy
2011.
Is
that accurate, yes or no?
That's
yes.
the assistant.
Wait, this is 2019?
Yes.
Mr.
And then
Weisenberg and other individuals, Ms. Rona. Who are those individuals? Are they with the Trump organization?
They
and
are.
Are there other people that we should be meeting with?
Look, she's...
So, Alan Weisselberg is the chief financial officer.
Crazy, Tom.
You got to quickly give us as many
quick,
names
she wants
as you
names,
can
Pat.
so we can get to
because Epstein's coaching her.
Is Ms. Rona, what is Ms. Rona's position?
Rona Graff is Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, her office is directly next to his.
Good work.
She's involved in a lot.
I want everybody to understand this, Patrick. How is this not the number one? A convicted pedophile, sex offender, whatever you want to call him, was actively texting a sitting member of Congress, coaching her during a freaking oversight hearing. How is that not the top news story? And she's nothing. There's no breaking news. There's no nothing. She's still in Congress.
How did they get those text messages?
The Washington Post found out through all the emails and stuff that were released recently. This past all the email dumps, they timed it and they found out because they were trying to figure out what time is this.
While she's up there, she's getting text messages from Epstein.
The leaks are coming out left, right, and center. You heard Caitlin Collins say they were the.
Wow.
Didn't Caitlin Collins said the emails went here and then we got our hands on them?
Yes.
How did that? What she's saying is they got leaked to CNN. That's what Caitlin Collins is saying. And now somebody is alertly putting them in order here, showing how sitting members of Congress, remember this is U.S. Virgin Island, and they have a congresswoman, says has it. That's what's going on here, and they're aligning it. Although I like the last text. We have to wrap this up quick. I got the Kamala debate at 7.
Yeah. Pay no attention to the freaking pedophile
Is that
behind
a
the
joke
curtain.
or you
That's a big joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, and this is what is it saying, Robert? Going to the representative pause. Jefferson statements emerged from public release case. So, wow, it is. Oversight Committee released 20,000 pages of material drawn from Epstein's communication, including email, text messages. Amongst those were redacted text message transcripts that did not explicitly name the recipient, but included sufficiently time-stamped and content-rich messages.
How does what did he promise her? Or what did he give her to be able to get access like that to her?
So plays devil's advocate. What's wrong with having that communication with Epstein if he's giving intel to her? Maybe she's getting due diligence. Maybe she's doing research. Maybe she's doing recon. What's bad about it?
Because first, he's a convicted pedophile. 2, you're a sitting member of Congress. You're getting coached by this pedophile because what's his motive, Pat? They want to take down Trump. And he wants to take down Trump, not because he was with him doing stuff with young girls. It's because he screwed him over on a freaking business deal and Epstein wanted to get his ass. Or maybe somebody else didn't want him to get in. With all the stuff that was happening with assassination attempts to come, how the FBI should be at her freaking office this morning. Let's be honest with each other, Tom. Right? Like, what are we talking about right now? The number one pedophile, everything is Epstein. You're getting coached. By the way, who else is he texting? Who else does he know in Congress? Who else are his friends? That's insane. I don't know how she's not getting literally her door kicked down.
By the way, Bill Clinton responded to the Epstein probe. Rob, I don't know if you have that or not. There's President Clinton, because obviously there's a bunch of names that's coming up, and he's always been in these stories. But with this one getting even closer, that things may be leaked very quickly. This one, Bill Clinton did nothing and knew nothing. The rest is noise, meant to distract from election losses, backfire shutdowns, and who else know. What's this, Rob?
I believe this is a spokesman. He's the deputy chief of staff for President Bill Clinton. This is the statement that he put out regarding Clinton's association with Epstein following the release of all of these files.
Got it. So they're saying now that there was nothing that was going on with his involvement. Those emails prove Bill Clinton did nothing, knew nothing, and the rest is noise. The direction the development follows the recent Epstein Bondi announcement came hours after Trump posted on Truth Social that he would request that she, the DOJ, and the FBI look into Epstein's involvement and relationship with Clinton, as well as former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers and LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman, which I'm not mistaken, Reid Hoffman also responded to this. Is this the tweet, Rob?
Yes.
Okay, so as I said on Friday night on Air Force One, fake news media, House Republicans should vote to release the files because we have nothing to hide, and it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax perpetrated by radical left lunatics in order to deflect from the great success of the Republican Party, including our recent victory of Democratic shutdown. The Department of Justice has already turned over tens of thousands of pages to the public and are looking at various Democrat operatives, Bill Clinton, Reid Hoffman, and Larry Summers, in a relationship with Epstein. And the House Oversight Committee can have whatever they are legally entitled to. I don't care. All I do care about is that the Republicans get back on point, which is the economy, affordability, where we are winning big, our victory on reducing inflation from the highest level in history to practically nothing, bringing down prices for American people, delivering historic tax cuts, gaining trillions of dollars of investments into America, and it gets into the message. Adam, your position here.
Yeah, I mean, signal through the noise. What Trump cares about is getting out a message. Because he's real. By the way, I don't know if you've seen Trump's polling numbers lately. They're not looking as good as before. If you're in the 40s in America today, polling-wise, overall in anything, you're okay. You're sort of above water in regard to the national sentiment. But when you start hitting 30s is when you start having a problem. This is where Trump is sort of heading. I'm supporting Trump, but when he says, I don't care, release it if you need to release it, let's get back on message. You're seeing what's happening in the last couple of weeks with Democrats winning in these highly contested elections, especially in New York. I think there was another sort of far leftist that won in Seattle, I want to say. So for Trump to come back and reverse course, 180 and say, just release it. The challenge right now is that this is like grown-up version of Real Housewives of D.C. or Real Housewives of Epstein Island. If there was truly something attached to Trump, don't you think the Democrats would have released this somehow over the next 5-10 years?
If they're implicated on, like, think about it, Adam. If they're all over it, this is all a game
Correct.
of no, do it. No, you do it.
Bingo. But this whole slow drip of drip, 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 drip. I believe that sunlight is the best disinfectant. At some point, you got to rip this Band-Aid off. The only challenge I see is if some of these names or some of these stories that are being released are truly a detriment to national security. National security is where I draw the line. Sure, I want accountability. Sure, we all want justice. Sure, we all want to know what's going on. But if this is going to be a net negative to the country of America, I can't condone that.
Let me ask you one, because I want to show one quick video as well. So what you're saying is, if people of high power are pedophiles or whatever, everybody's worried about numbers, underage women and men, because I think that there was underage boys as well. We keep harping on females. Like, you're saying, if it's going to hurt the country, then let the country that's built on blackmail and pedophilia keep continuing.
Well, see, it's a false equivalency. The country that's built on blackmail.
Did you read Whitney Webb's books? I did.
Yeah, of course.
One Nation Under Blackmail.
We've interviewed. But
it goes deep.
To say that the country is built on blackmail and pedophilia.
Well, you're saying that's
is such a shocking, bombastic statement. Okay. These people allegedly did some bad things.
Yeah.
That is different from the country is built on
Adam,
blackmail
what if policy,
and pedophilia.
What about policies and bombings and this and that? We're made because somebody said, hey, I have a video of you with the girl.
I think Epstein was a bad dude doing bad things. I also think we're giving him way too much credit.
I don't.
That this guy was the one running everything
Not running
behind
everything,
the
but that was a go-to
The
guy.
entire government is based on what Epstein was doing.
Adam,
that to me is a false flag.
You know why I think it should come out? And if Pat, you let me. This is the Epstein survivor. They're begging Congress to release the videos. Tell me this doesn't bother you. Go ahead, Rob. How old were they? Watch this.
I suffered so much pain.
So much pain.
So much pain.
I suffered so much pain. I was 14 years old.
I was 16 years old.
I was 16.
17.
14 years old.
14.
This is me.
This was me.
This is me. When I met Jeffrey Epstein.
This is me when I met Jeffrey Epstein.
There are about 1,000 of us.
1,000. 1,000 girls. You can stop it, Rob. That's why, Adam, I don't care. These people need justice. And imagine the ones that we don't know. I'm sorry, Adam. Let it all come down. That's my opinion. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get your position. I get your position. This is nasty. Every time I watch these documentaries with these girls, you go to a point where you want to hurt this guy. If that's a family, somebody related to you, a close friend of yours, you want to hurt this guy. But this is not stopping here. I'd like to make an announcement. Folks, we're doing something crazy. And let me tell you what this crazy thing is. You know what this is? This is what you call a mystery box, okay? 200 of you are going to get this mystery box. And I'm going to tell you who this mystery box is going to go to, what items in it that are very, very unique. If you're watching this right now and you want to have a Merry Christmas and get some people some special gifts and have the possibility of coming on here to be on the podcast, sit here with us, do a prep and all the other crazy stuff. Rob, just play this clip, Rob. I'm getting ahead of myself. Go ahead, Rob. Watch this clip, folks. To announce the greatest Black Friday initiative ever. This right here is a mystery box. It's a mystery, but there's something very special inside of it. So how do you get the mystery box? The first 200 people that place a $500 order on VTmerch.com, the first 200 get this box. 10 of them have something very special in them. But when you open it up and you see this, 10 of them are going to be golden tickets. You're going to take your quarter and you're going to scratch this thing off. 10 of you are going to get different prices. Let me tell you what it's going to be. One of them is going to be $5,000 gift card to the VT merch. Come buy whatever you want to buy, the shoes, the jackets, whatever you want to buy. The other one is 5 platinum tickets to the Vault 2026. That's right. Platinum. Another one is the 20-carat hat that we did. That's numbered 1 out of 15. One of you is going to get that $5,000 Futureless Pride hat. Another one is a 1-year silver membership to the Cigar Lounge. Another one is a 15-minute call with me or with Vinny or with Tom or with Adam. then a $2,500 credit to Minnect. And last but not least, you will be in one of Vinny's skits on Valuetainment Comedy.
It's a big deal. It's a real big deal.
You're in it with them as an actor or an actress. You place an order over $1,000, you're probably going to get a surprise FaceTime from me, Vinny, Adam, Tom, maybe all of us together. Not everybody, but probably 40, 50 of you will get a call. Last but not least, this one is going to break the internet. You ready? For anybody that places an order of over $2,000, I know the number's crazy, but you see why it's crazy. One of you who wins, we will fly you out, put you at a hotel, take you to Casa D'Angelo, do a podcast prep with you. Then the next day, you're sitting right here next to me on the podcast. That's crazy.
Oh,
The entire podcast. You're here with us.
That's crazy.
And we want you sitting right here. So if you haven't yet placed an order on vtmerch.com, go place the order. To learn more about the rules and the terms and conditions, click on a link below to learn all and start purchasing now. You know what the good news is? 30% discount on pretty much every product. So go to vtmerch.com, place your order, be one of the first 200, or if you're crazy enough, place the order over $2,000. We'll see you on the podcast. This is crazy, brother. We've never done anything
Hopefully
like
that guy that gets to sit here is not a furry.
Ne-
Let's just hope. Let's just
But Rob,
hope.
can you do me a favor? Rob? Can you go on the website real quick? Can you go on the website? Go to vtmerch.com, and I want to just kind of show this to you guys as you're going through it. So if you go click on Valuetainment just to refresh the website, Rob. Okay, perfect. If you click on that, learn more right there, and you go to it, all the details are down. Go a little bit lower. It'll break down everything for you. And keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. All the details are right there, Rob. Go up a little bit higher, Rob, and click on that view all to the right. So that's what you want to do. Go on view all, and here's where it is. The shoes, the one thing we did with Bundle, the Vault Conference, the SLS, the public speaking course, the PBD sales system, the business planning workshop, all the recording bundle, $997, right? Of course, these are from previous. We never do that. But you got a bundle there for $997, and then you got the shoes. That's the only thing that won't be discounted aside from a couple items. And you can go down and place your order. Christmas gift for your husband, for yourself, for your kids, for your spouse, for anybody else that watches this. Future looks bright. Yesterday, I went to the sushi spot. I'm ordering sushi. It says, I ordered the 3 Yeti Future Looks Bright items that were on, which was great seeing the guy at the Kaizen. But anyways, again, if you want to participate, 200 mystery boxes, first 200, go to vtmerch.com, place your order. This is part of the Black Friday. We're just doing it way earlier than everybody else to give you a heads up while we're going through this. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.